Content Catchup.
Friends, enemies, new mic, Bernie. We've got plenty to address this morning.
New mic.
Well, it's not even this morning.
Are you saying new mic as in that's what you want your nickname to be? Like we all need to refer to you as new mic?
like a new and improved Michael? No, it was actually just,
Yeah.
I don't know, people on YouTube, this is a new mic. I just wanted to shout that out. But welcome to another episode. I'll stop talking about my microphone and start talking about us. How are you, Jules? What's going on?
Very good, Michael. We had the pleasure of working together last night, which I think was fun. Good fun at the game.
Pleasure.
What do you reckon?
Pleasure would be an understatement because I don't know if people know this, but every Fremantle versus Carlton game, me and you have worked. What's happened? We've won, and goal of the year from Carlton could have been kicked.
We've never lost.
3-0.
And you're right. The goal of the year.
Baby.
Mark Murphy in the wet against Freo. Jack Dunes in the wet against Freo, up against the boundary, and then some spectacular work from Sam Walsh last night.
And
unbelievable.
And to pay homage, I believe is the right word, we're going to actually call it. So, Jules, do you want to go? Just kidding. Like you might give us a bit of broadcasting.
You know, I got to tell everyone. So Barks and I were sitting at the game last night during a pretty tense period. For anyone who doesn't watch AFL and is listening to us, it was a point where Carlton was. I think the scores were actually level, so things were a bit tense. And Barks turns to me and he's like, "You know, it'd be a good segment on the content catch-up if we went and reviewed all these different slogans that teams had." And I had to turn to him and I had to say, "Barks, we're fucking working here, mate. Do you mind?"
You
Just trying to concentrate.
You got to set the scene for that though, because we're in masks, so what we're saying to each other, you sort of just got to listen to actually hear what you're saying. And you sort of stared at me.
Yeah.
You sort of looked across and you're like processing what I said. You're like, "Are you talking about content catch up? I'm trying to fucking work here, mate." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm trying to work too."
And I think it was only made better by the fact that our GM of comms was sitting right behind us and could hear us and was probably going, "These fucking idiots, mate. What are they talking about? Can they focus on the task?"
Shouts, Ness.
But how are you? Is everything all right?
Everything's great, yeah. Good win.
That's good.
Never get sick of winning.
Good win. No, you can't.
Don't call me that. But personal life, me, great. Nothing to complain about.
Great.
Yeah.
Had a tradie around during the week to do some work.
Yep. So
all going well.
Get the new place looking good because I'm an adult, got a mortgage, so can't afford much.
And Keith was giving you a bit of trouble. No trouble from Keith. We're all good.
No trouble from Keith if you're listening, neighbour, from the neighbour of mine. No, all good. All right. Let's stop talking about Keith.
This is getting weird.
This is a special episode that we haven't talked about. So a couple of weeks ago, it got interrupted from our big dog guest, Luke Mason. But a couple of weeks ago, we agreed. Oh, Bernie's back. G'day, Bernie. We agreed to pick each other's a sport to sort of dive into that world, have a look at it, pick maybe 3 content creators if we could find. You got lacrosse, I got ultimate frisbee, and we even suggested possibly bringing someone on the show, but we dialed it back a bit. But are we ready to get stuck back into it, or is there something else you want to?
I think we should get stuck into it. Let's just go, because I've got a few examples that I want to bring up, and I'm sure you've dived into this plenty. Did you dust off the old frisbee and take Brad out for a game of ultimate?
That would have been great, actually.
There's some content there.
Do you own a frisbee?
There's an idea for a reel.
Surely. I don't own a frisbee.
I don't know. I lost my last frisbee at the beach, but let's not dive into that.
Do you own lacrosse?
My sport isn't.
Do you own a lacrosse stick?
No, man. Let me tell you, it's not lacrosse. It's LAX.
Is that what they call
LAX?
Is that what they call it? Like
LAX Bros.
Like the airport.
Yeah, because it's la and then cross.
That's awesome.
LAX.
I like it already. All right,
There
let's
you
go.
go.
Lacrosse first. Let's dive into it. I can't wait.
So lacrosse, everyone who doesn't know, lacrosse is a kind of a strange sport. It's got the contact of NFL, I'd say, in like some of the same kit. They all wear helmets and like shoulder pads.
Yeah.
It's played on like a soccer-sized field and with hockey nets. But rather the ball be like on the ground, it's carried in like sticks with nets in it, and they kind of like cradle and run. High paced, big hits, lots of fast plays. So it lends itself to like some really cool content, obviously. Apparently though, and this is what I've heard, there is professional league. So I should say that there's a big professional league in America, but I believe the bigger league is like the college league and the high school league.
Bigger than the
bigger in the sense that
the following or something.
That's the following. Like, I don't think it's ever hit that level of like football or basketball at a national level. Like, obviously they've got a league, but I don't think it's huge. I think it's just more something that people play in college and high school. But I don't want to dive into the technicalities of the sport. Let's dive into some of the creators I found. Now, Bucks, I know we were supposed to find 3, but I figured since you gave me 1, I'd find 4.
That's fair enough. So
because I do want to talk about Tyler.
Yeah, well, I linked to a guy called Tyler, which I don't know if he does a bit of basketball, but I already followed him, and that's part of why I gave you lacrosse, because I already heard of this bloke. But you give me 3 of yours. Let's
start with Tyler first though, because I think his work speaks for itself. So I'm going to bring up the old Sherry Screeny.
Do it.
You reckon? Oh, there goes the mic. Let's just share. Oh, Brad.
Oi.
Cool. Let's go. All right. Now, Bucks, I hope you haven't been through our saved posts on our Instagram at Content Catchup, because this is where I've just been saving content. So,
I don't use this feature. Is this something I should? Is Edwin going to be annoyed at me for not using this?
Yeah, I'm sure Edwin's going to be pissed off at you regardless of whether you use this or not. But this is handy. So we can also start saving some content in here if anyone ever wants to go through and have a look. But first things first, let's bring up Tyler. I think this is his one. No, that's the other one I want to talk about. Sorry. This one's Tyler. Nice. Now, this isn't the video I want to talk about. The video I want to talk about is, I believe it's this one here, 5 days ago. Nope, that's not it.
Can't do your research,
I should be more prepared than this. I wrote it down. LLC.
It's all right. We can cut this out and you seem like you're prepared.
When was this? January 28th. Shit, son.
What was it? Was it like a hype? Was it a story?
This one. Okay, here we go. I had it right.
So the one you linked. The one you saved.
Yeah.
All right, go on.
Shut up. Here we go. Here's what I want to show you. I don't know if you've already seen this, and I'm sorry if you have, but for those not watching, obviously this link will be in our content catch-up spreadsheet, or if you want an easier way to have a look, it's in our save videos there. It's a couple of lacrosse videos, then this one stands out. But his edits are just unreal. Particularly in this one, about halfway through. So he's got all his glitches, which is really cool. But he does this cool transition where he makes it look like people's eyes are blinking coming up now. Oh, and when they blink, the snow starts.
That's
mate,
cool.
Like, this is just insane. Just real high quality edits that I don't know. It seems like a pretty cool space where maybe not so many people are touching it, so you can have a bit more fun. But it just does a really good job of like capturing the excitement of a game day, and these bros. Like I feel like lacrosse is like a big bro culture.
Yeah.
But he does a really good job. And the snow in this, like he's just got all his shots right. Not much else I can say about that, but it's just really slick editing. If anyone wants to look at examples of great edits, whatever sport you're looking for, Tyler Cresser on Instagram, unreal.
Yeah, I remember. I think I first followed him because what that does I think he is very creative and he does try some sort of things that you might not have seen before, and I think that's quite cool because it puts the sport on a map. So like if you like content like us, you might find this profile and be like, what the hell is this sport? And then you all of a sudden you look into it.
Yeah. and it's cool. Like, it does get you excited. It's something I'll touch on later, but I want to just jump to the next one I found. And this, Bucks, like, we spend a lot of time looking at graphics. I don't want to go ahead and say that this guy is making all these graphics, but I'm getting the sense that he is. Cardinal Lacrosse on Instagram. Have a look at these.
Oh,
like,
wow.
This feed is sensational, and this is the one that caught my eye. It's, for those again not watching on YouTube, it's this like, I don't even, like, neon-y kind of edit of a lacrosse player, but the way that he's edited the actual background image, it makes it look like he's drawn it.
I was gonna say, is that a cartoon, or is it an actual photo he's manipulated? I can't even tell.
I don't know, but it looks insane.
Yeah, that's really
this
cool.
is like some unreal editing, and just like all of these really, like, have a look at this feed, man. This is a beautiful feed.
Yeah, good find, Julian.
And to make it better, he does this really cool thing on his in his highlights where you can see how he does his edits. So,
oh yes,
but it's not over. He does a tap to edit here, so you can see the before and after.
That's cool.
So this one here, I'll show you for those looking at home. It's look at that. Like, that's unreal. I think this is just...
That's a really cool way to showcase your talent. Like, just how, like...
Yeah,
that,
it is.
Like, the previous version, before he actually edits it, it looks like... How can you make that look good by just cutting out a random big photo and dumping it in the middle of a city? And then it just goes to this piece of art.
It's just like...
The shadows, like the lighting of how it actually looks like it fits.
This one in particular, like, look, you can just see that it looks incomplete, and then he transitions it, and you're like, how are you seeing this kind of stuff? I mean, this could be one of the best graphic design Instagrams I've seen, regardless of, like, what's it called? Like, content that they're creating. This is unreal stuff.
I'm going to, like, what's the point of shying away from this? Let's call this one of our top 3 graphic designers we've ever seen. Let's just do it.
I think this has got to be it. Like,
so again,
Cardinal Lacrosse, if you are creating this stuff, this is unreal. This is on another level.
Well, you'd have to
what you're doing right now.
You'd have to assume he or she, does it have the name in it? I don't know if it has a name, but you'd have to assume they would. Like, you're not going to post.
Nah.
You're not going to post, and you can tell they're made by the same person, and you're not going to post those edits if you don't do the edits.
No, exactly. Oh, they got a YouTube. Hold on. I don't want to watch this right now, but see if they put anything on their YouTube. Nah.
Like, for the
I don't know,
personality behind it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Check it out.
Whoever's behind this, maybe we can reach out. If you can't lacrosse, if you happen to stumble across this, lacrosse this.
Haven't stumbled across this. Good job.
Thank you. Let us know. Let us know if you're creating all this, because we'd love to shout you out properly. And if you're not, well, you're a liar. Anyway,
keep doing it. There's something mysterious about not having a personality of such good work, though.
I think so as well. The last one I want to shout out is Flyboy Shoe. So first things first, when you visit Flyboy Shoe on his Instagram, you notice that he combines some, like, really high quality images into, like, the thumbnails of his feed,
moody,
which is automatically way more attractive to look at. And I think it's something that, you know, you probably drive a hell of a lot in our workplaces, like using a nice thumbnail, but it makes a difference when you're looking through, really.
Yeah,
it does. Like,
that looks so cool. These desaturated, I'm always a sucker for desaturated. I am.
But just, like, even if you're not going to watch the video, you can appreciate, like, how good it looks. Look, there's nothing crazy about the edits that he does, but I also think there's a bit of a gift in just, like, making sure that you're filming something and getting the play.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like highlighting the play. And sometimes you don't need to go crazy, because like this particular highlight that we're watching now, I don't know a lot about lacrosse, but there's a big hit and then like a ground ball play.
Yeah.
And he's just filmed it well. So I think from this perspective, if you look at the first guy we looked at, Tyler Cresser, he goes a bit more in and like does some crazy edits and all that, which is really cool. But Flyboy Shoe.
Brian, I think his name was.
Brian.
It's real different.
Brian.
But no, you're right.
Yeah.
And it's in
just tells a story through his work more than anything else.
Yeah. And it's probably another one, like if this sort of stuff isn't getting seen by anyone but yourself, you don't need to overdo anything. Like just keep it niche to lacrosse and whatever leagues these are. And you probably, I don't know, it could be an example of like work smarter, not harder. Like if you push all these things out, give it a look, give it a sort of, it's made by Brian, but you don't need to go all out with, and maybe he does go all out with a few edits, but you don't need to do it if it's just a really good tackle, and that's what you want to put out there.
Exactly. And I think that's probably sometimes easier to consume than anything else.
Yeah.
Like, while I don't want to take anything away from Tyler, like his edits are great, but to me, if I can just skim through and watch a bunch of these, I think it's a lot easier to consume. Which kind of brings me on to my last one. I thought, like, obviously there's a lot on Instagram, but what's a perfect kind of platform is TikTok. Like, it's this high energy sport, which has like a larger, younger audience that are largely LAX bros, high school, early college. This is the perfect platform for it. And this guy here, Alex Jaeger, I want to say, or Jaeger, combines like some pretty smooth edits here with some crisp like camera work. There's this transition he does here, this one here where the guy shoots the goal and the goals light up in a different color.
It's good.
I think it's just, if you're looking to perhaps stand out a little bit, this is probably where you want to play around with in this space. Like,
seems like
quick edits that are going to get attention.
It seems like quite a big space, lacrosse. Like the TikTok lacrosse space, even exists.
I think I remember, wasn't there one of those, like, you remember there was that trend on TikTok where it was like cameramen going around and saying like, hey, let me make a video for you in 15 minutes. I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
I reckon there was some
lacrosse,
that did
maybe.
lacrosse. But so they're my 3 or 4 content creators that I found.
You did well.
Thank you.
You did well, actually.
And I think my key takeaways, I don't know a lot about lacrosse, but it seems to be, aside from potentially highlighting the culture of like fun sport, they play on the fact that this is kind of unique, and they use more unique shots and plays like that. Focus on the excitement and the hard hits, and make your edits / your graphics / whatever else, your photography, representative of the the excitement and the hard hits of the play. Like, don't shy away from this being a bold sport, because it seems like a bold sport.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
That's my takeaway.
I was actually going to ask it. Yeah. Any learnings from observing it, but you've nailed this, Jules. Well done. You were really great today.
Thank you. There.
Ultimate Frisbee. So I'm gonna give you props straight away, because I think yours, in terms of finding content creators, you've won the battle. Well done. Do you want a speech? Victory speech?
Mm-hmm, thank you. No, because I'm humble in victory.
Great answer. Remember, the listeners, be humble.
Loser.
Loser. I found I couldn't find as many individual content creators as yourself could, but I'll just go through what I had, because we don't always have to do the same. So I found what's his name? Sorry. Nathan Cole. I'm not going to say his last name, but you want to give that a shot? Kolakovic, maybe. So I'll give you a better intro to that Ultimate Frisbee. So I was looking through the leagues, and again, it seems to be quite a big following. I stumbled across this Nathan guy pretty early. He has a feed full of reels, and he was sort of the main content creator that I stumbled across. And firstly, Ultimate Frisbee, a lot. I'm not going to say more skillful than I first thought, because like when you first gave it to me, I'm like, not sure what to expect. But these videos, there's none. Oh, that's fucking loud. Just to showcase the skill involved in actually throwing these, catching these. We'll just go through a couple. So this isn't great for you people listening on Spotify, but there's a lot of skill involved in throwing this bloody frisbee, even defense. Like that guy diving, the timing. There looks to be leagues on grass. There looks to be leagues on the beach, which seems to be even more fun. But this Nathan guy basically just seems to be a great videographer. And he seems to pump it out. Like, look at that catch. It's pretty bloody impressive.
It's unreal.
Anyway, so I don't think there's contact like there is with lacrosse. I'm not sure what the defense is apart from actually just trying to jump in and steal it. But this Nathan guy just posts tons of reels and seems to feed the leagues.
It's kind of like it looks like it's structured in the way that like NFL is structured, like you're playing forward rather than anything else. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it seems very offensive. Like there were a few posts, but like scrolling through, it doesn't seem like it gets. I don't know if the scoring is high scoring, but it might only be a point every time you touch it down or whatever it's called. But Nathan, so Nathan was the first guy I sort of looked at. No individual video I wanted to outline, but it did give you a cool insight into what the hell the sport's about.
And the use of reels as well.
And the use of reels, yeah.
Smart, yeah.
And he gets tons of views on this. It's played in all sorts of weather. But anyway, so Nathan was the first one. The second one, this was one, it's a bit of a different... So I stumbled across this freelance dude called Justin... what's his name? Justin Kaplan. So it seems like a sport where... So he seems like a freelance kind of guy, and this was just a...
These are great photos.
Yeah, it seems like a gallery that obviously went out to the Dallas Roughnecks. How cool do they sound, Jules?
Better than the Dallas Rednecks, you gotta say.
Well, yeah, true. Yeah, just a bit of, I guess, a typical game day photo gallery, and I stumbled across this post. So viewers were just scrolling through a gallery full of cool images. Clearly knows what he's doing, but which led to me the Dallas Roughnecks, and I thought I didn't expect to see a full blown sort of social media. I don't know, like approach like we do. Like,
so this is a league,
yeah. Like,
right?
There's multiple leagues. So Dallas Roughnecks, they're in some sort of champion professional ultimate disc team. But I just thought it'd be interesting to scroll through what they actually produce. They produce game day graphics, final score graphics. They've got signing graphics. So it's all very similar. So it's actually quite bigger than I anticipated.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So nothing too out of this world, and that's why I gave you the kudos for winning, because I feel like lacrosse was actually, I'm not going to say more exciting, but the skill involved in this is very impressive. But it's sort of just the long diving catches or the big smothers, what I refer to as the touchdown line. I don't know what it's called, that are the main highlights that I found. But nonetheless, there's still people doing stuff in this field.
Yeah. So again, like it's maybe it's at that stage, and maybe because lacrosse has been around a little bit longer, but it's about highlighting the play rather than the personalities. Just this stage, is that what you think?
I think so. I think that recaps it. So I couldn't find my third one, bit out there because I thought it was quite entertaining. But this famous tech YouTuber, I don't know if he's a millionaire, but he's got a lot of millions of followers, subscribers on YouTube. On YouTube, sorry. He's a tech YouTuber, and in part time, he's a professional ultimate frisbee throw, and bit of a elaborate content creator because he does content for big tech companies, and he's got 3 million followers. But I just thought it was a funny niche that in his spare time he's a pro ultimate frisbee player.
There you go. Well, how's the pup?
How's the dog? And some dog content. But yes, nothing too thrilling. It was intriguing to see what it was all about and the skill.
Is that...
What?
Is that your... Hold on. Sorry, some music just started playing, and I don't know where it's from.
You sound like you're getting deafened.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, I was. It was really loud.
That's strange.
Excuse me.
Yes. So basically, the skill involved, I was most impressed with. I think the Nathan guy was the main content creator I stumbled across, and it looks like apart from that, it's a bit of freelance work. So yeah, good findings, I think.
Do you think you could dive into the world of Ultimate Frisbee and make a slick edit?
Me make a slick edit? Well, I mean, I could.
You see where I'm going with this, don't you?
Not really. What? You just want me to make it
secondary challenge? Well, as the winner of this,
I think you deserve the props.
I think as the winner of this, I'm going to set a secondary challenge, and I want to challenge you this week to make an Ultimate Frisbee reel.
But lacrosse seemed more... I like the hard hits. I think the best thing out of this little challenge was the hard hits, and the contact of lacrosse seemed to be a bit of oomph.
But what about the speed of...
yeah, we could almost do like a pros and cons.
Frisbee.
Yeah, I mean, I could. I mean, I'm a pretty busy man.
I don't know. Look, here's how I'd throw it, like decide on which sport is better. Which sport would you feel more comfortable telling people that you played?
Or could you rephrase it like, which sport would I prefer to be good at?
Well, I think
Frisbee.
You think so? You feel comfortable?
No, I'm torn. I think
if it's the first time if it's the first time you're meeting Elisa's parents and they're like, "Hey,
lacrosse.
Nice to meet you. What do you do for a living?" And you have to say, "Hey, I'm a professional."
No, I'm gonna say lacrosse. Don't know why. I think it involves a bit more skill.
Okay. And I think you're also embarrassed to say that you're a professional
ultimate
Frisbee player.
It sounds like you just piff like the old beach. What's that thing? That beach torpedo thing. It sounds like that. That's what you do for a living.
Oh, the vortex.
The vortex, yeah.
The old vortex.
Anyway, that was a fun little challenge.
That was fun. So for anyone who wants to dive more into those worlds and see some of those examples, if you're not watching on YouTube, they'll be in our content catch-up spreadsheet, which is linked via our bio on Twitter and Instagram.
Correct. And
so there's that.
And shout out to the Nathans of the world and whoever your guys were that I totally forgot their names. But good on you. Keep doing what you're doing.
The LAX bros.
The LAX bros. Everything about your lacrosse world that you brought to me I'm a fan. I think they're doing it well. All right.
I'm glad.
Big weekend for me this weekend. Oh, no, we've both got a story.
Big weekend. Oh, no, you go. I want to hear yours because you've struggled in weeks gone by, so I want to hear yours.
I'm buggered. I'm buggered this week because big work week-wise, late night last week, but late night last night. But the biggest thing about this weekend was back-to-back eggings of myself in the morning. Back-to-back cafe breakfast, back-to-back eggs. I'm buggered. I don't know how people do it.
This was the best thing that you told me last night, that you don't just call it I'm going out for breakfast. You have to specifically say I'm going out for a cafe breakfast. Well, it's real Kath and Kim areas.
I don't know why that's like. I don't really know why that's that funny because I don't do it every week. So I just want to let you know that Michael's treating himself.
So you had plenty of eggs.
It's my bloody
cafe breakfast.
It's my bloody egg of the week intro. That's it.
Is this your intro? Okay. Play the sound.
Pete, egg of the week. I've got a couple. How many you got?
I've got one.
All right. I'll start us off then.
You start, yeah.
First one, the return of a co-host egg. I'm egging you, Jules.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's fair. Here we go.
Do you know what it was? Can you guess?
No, I can't. What have I done?
I'm egging you for the cruel thing you did to me on Tuesday morning, one of the mornings where I walked in on a meeting with you and a colleague and you convinced me that they had just resigned and you put me in the awkward situation of not knowing what to do and you sold it. You didn't sell it great, but Critter, who I'm talking about, our great friend, convinced me more and I didn't know what to say, but I'm just egging you because that was a bloody cruel thing to do, and I'm upset about it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, cool.
I'm not really sorry.
That's it. No, you're not sorry. That's my first egg.
Do you want to go back to back with your eggs?
Yeah, right. I've got
while you're on a roll, while you're rolling like an egg.
Full of egg. I've got. This is the second time we're egging this person. So during the week, Adelaide Chief Public Health Officer, Nicola. So she was the one we egged for talking about AFL football like it was something she's never heard of it, the plague, and don't touch the footy. But this week she's gone out and I can link you this, but she's just said that I think it was in the middle of when they were trying to figure out what AFL teams are playing where, yada, 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 because of COVID. And she called the Brisbane Lions the Brisbane Bullets. And she's like, whoever Brisbane were playing, she just said, I believe they're playing the Brisbane Bullets. So the Bullets are this, the Bullets are that. I think she said it a couple of times. But she doesn't know much, does she? I'm going to egg her again. I don't know if that's unfair.
She doesn't. Sorry, I think you need to clarify this. She doesn't know much about sport. She's the chief public health officer. I think she knows a few things about a few things.
Well, maybe she should be the chief sport officer.
And have the Brisbane Bullets.
The Brisbane Bullets.
It's a main report.
Yeah. I'm sick of it.
All right. Well, there's some. Why do you hate her so much, Mark?
She gets sport wrong. It's nothing bigger than sport in the world. Anyway. Get on with it.
All right. Here's mine. For anyone who follows the Tour de France, you would have seen this, but have a look at this. Bucks, have you seen this yet?
Oh, is this the fan? The fan got in the way?
This is the fan.
That's a great egg.
Who's held up the sign as this peloton of riders are coming past. And has clipped a cyclist, and then the cyclist has gone down and caused this massive accident at the Tour de France. I'm just going to go back to this is what it looked like, Barks. All these cyclists are down, the broken bones, there's been scratches on faces, people have pulled out of the race. It's just amazing.
Cycling?
But what I don't... Yeah, go on, tell me.
So I was going to say cycling would have to be one of the most brutal crashes for a sport that you probably wouldn't. Yeah. Like, that's up there with, probably not to, car racing and stuff, but there's, hundreds of them down.
Yeah, it's just bodies, because they're going quite fast. Like, this doesn't look like they're going that fast, but still, it's still 30, 40 kilometers an hour that they're going, and then they hit the deck.
That's shocking. What was
and then you have other people crashing over on top of you.
What was he or she trying to do?
Get a photo. Literally get a photo.
Someone in front of them taking a photo.
Yeah, something like that. I want to dip into the conspiracy theory part of my brain here, and I want you to
different segment.
Indulge me for a little bit. We're talking gibberfish here. Have a look at this, right? So obviously this is terrible. This lady is, I think it's a lady. This person is an egg, whoever it is. Sorry, I'm not going to be gender specific.
It looks like a lady.
Now, see this person here, this cyclist here.
Yes.
Tony Martin, I think his name is.
Are you going to go down the track of them
What does he think is going to happen at this stage? Yeah. Do you think, do you think he's taken the hit so old mate, his teammate, can perhaps get ahead?
No. I think that's a stretch. I think he's seen the cardboard and think it's just cardboard. It'd be right.
Yeah, but he's gone down.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't look like that should bowl him over.
That almost looks like a fake arm.
You've gone nuts. What are you...
Look at it.
Where? Sorry,
have a look.
We're looking at this. He's just replaying this Tour de France.
I'm going frame by frame here.
Frame by frame, trying to figure out if there's something more to this.
That's a fake arm. Anyway, I think that's a conspiracy theory. I think it's staged. I mean, everyone cheats in the Tour de France anyway, so I'm just going to say that.
I'm astonished. I'm astonished at what you've brought to the table, because it just seemed that just seemed to go to that. You could make a little 30 for 30 on that from what you're seeing.
Mate, I wouldn't be surprised if it came out very soon.
Okay. What, the fake arm bit, the
Yeah,
purposely riding into it.
It's all a thing. Yeah.
Huge news on this episode that I did not expect.
Huge if true.
Shall we move on? Are you ready to move on after that?
Yeah, we've spoken eggs. Let's jump into our other favourite segment, Bowls of the Week.
Yes. Now.
Oh, well, I'll kick this off since I'm on the conspiracy theory train. I think you're going to have to bring it home strongly for us because I just talk shit. So
I got a
quick one.
I've got a good boss. I got two actually, but I'll end on the good one. Yep.
You got two?
Yep.
Okay. I got a quick one. I just want to shout out Geelong, the Cats, for this little bit of content. I think it's just really, really clever. Obviously, with the AFL, the Australian Football League, kind of jumping around and all teams moving for Victoria, there was a shortage of stadiums, and Geelong, with the kiss on the dick that they have, that is GMHBA Stadium.
Wow.
They put up this small bit of content, which was an Airbnb style ad for GMHBA, allowing them to rent it out to other crowds. And I just think it's a little clever idea. That's all I got to say. I think they're the boss this week. I think that's a nice little bit of content. No,
that's good. I think there's no better content than timely content in some aspect. Doesn't need much planning or whatever. You just got to have the wits about you.
Exactly. Be aware, I think. And that's what they did.
Hey, and shout out.
Took advantage of it.
They did. And shout out Scott Walton, one of our early guests. He's absolutely killing it on the Highlights Club. So that was a post.
His graphics are looking mint.
Looking mint. Shout out mint. All right, I've got a couple.
Looking mint.
First boss for me, I don't know if you saw that, during the week, ex-Fremantle Docker kicked 27
goals. You were
goals.
telling me about this last night, weren't you?
Yeah, kicked 27 goals in one match. I've never heard of him, but Josh Mellington, maybe you have. He kicked 27 goals in some local match, which brings up his tally of 100 goals in 9 games.
How's that? That's local footy legends, isn't it?
That is. Not much needs to be said to that, but I've got another boss that is a bit more of a nicer one for pulling on the heartstrings, as you might put. So I saw this clip during the week of the Paralympics. So you see my screen? Yeah. So this is so cool. This runner or sprinter, whatever you want to call it, in the Paralympics, this was posted from the score, but they're quoting it from the Paralympics, and basically they've got the blind runner that is obviously competing in this race, absolutely going for it. But what the boss is, I guess, is just how they do it. So he's got a guide next to him holding hands or holding a piece of rope, it looks like, talking to him and sprinting alongside him. And I just thought that was awesome. Like, I had no idea that this was how, I guess, people without vision could do it.
Yeah. It's pretty unreal, isn't it? Like, to... because it's something stupid, like, you don't think about, like running in a straight line. You just take it for granted. But like, obviously it would be fucking so hard.
I just love how you can see him talking. Sorry to cut you off. He's just talking.
Yeah. Oh, don't be sorry about cutting me off. This is your boss. This is a good one. This is a really good bit of content. Wholesome content.
Wholesome. I wonder, like, do you reckon he's reading out? Not reading out. Like, do you reckon he's saying the distance, how long to go? Like,
yeah, probably like cues, like, we're going a bit fast now, up the pace. We're so far ahead, which is incredible from the guide as well, because like I'm imagining that they're going at like a fairly decent speed.
Oh yeah.
To be able to talk and like run at the same time is still pretty insane.
That's true, actually. It's a bit of a funny dynamic. Like, I wonder if there's ever been like someone pissed off with their guide. Like, what if he slowed him down?
I don't know. Like, yeah, you'd have to pick your teammate pretty. You have to pick your teammate pretty carefully, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's a close bond. Yeah. That sums up.
I just remembered one more I have. Sorry. Oh, we don't need to share screens, but I stumbled across. Is it Larry Nance Jr.?
Yes.
Is that how you say his
Cavs
name?
player. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Just something cool that he did in over the I guess over the NBA season with a lot of American small businesses shutting down or not being able to have customers in. He actually put a call out to get T-shirts or merchandise from them, and he wore them in all of the like tunnel photos that they get taken before the game. So each like pre-game thing, he'd walk in, show the company, tag them on his Instagram, and I think he donated some money towards them as well. It's just like a small thing, but that's pretty cool as well.
Yeah, no.
Little Larry. I mean, these guys have heaps of money, so boss for him.
Absolutely. And I think it's underestimated how much that would actually do for a small business to see that. Like, it seems stupid, like not this day and age, but a while ago, that if you post a picture of yourself wearing a T-shirt, that it might help, but it does. So on you, Larry, and thanks for listening.
Mate. Thanks for listening, Larry. I know. Sorry, we need to wrap this up, but I just want to call out one more thing, Barks. It's not to do with anything. It's just one of our followers, Casey Sims, I believe is the account, sports photographer.
Yeah, for
and
a lot of I've lost the word.
Athletes.
Yeah, sorry, athletics. Athletics
running.
is what I was trying to think.
It's running specifically. Did you see what she put out this week?
Probably not.
Have a look at this. It's and we'll link this in our show notes or our content guide. But Casey takes some pretty awesome photos, number one. So check out her profile if you haven't had a look. But it's just, I don't know if it's just a new trend or what, but excuse me.
Gonna vomit on
like
air.
Taking photos and shut up. It's because you make me sick. It's like athletes, but like separating them from the background and like, photos and making them look 3D.
I think this is an app.
I just think that, I don't know what it is, but I just think it's like, I think it's a cool way to make your photos come to life. And
yeah, that's really cool.
Whether it's an app or not.
I think it might
you've got
be.
all these cool photos, but like, sorry.
No, I recently actually looked into this. I don't know. I got an app called CapCut, which I think does it, but that could be completely wrong. It could be discrediting Casey's work, but that's awesome. That's really cool.
Just a smart way. I mean, you can post photos to the feed, obviously, but how do you sometimes take advantage of reels and other like short video sharing things if you're a photographer? That's probably one way that you can do it. It's super cool.
Yeah. One final leg, if I may, just to end this. Bernie for non-stop fucking meowing during the whole show. I mean, I don't know if anyone can hear him, but bloody hell.
If anyone wants a cat, eats a lot, takes shit live on air.
Come on, that's too far. He's part of you. He's a son to you. You rescued him.
Yeah. Last night, obviously late night game, I fell asleep on the couch and I woke up to him sleeping on his back on my chest like a human. So
on his back?
Yeah, like just sprawled out like that.
Oh, wow, that's cute.
Yeah, and then I woke up and scared the shit out of him. So, he's a good cat. He just doesn't shut up, man. Yeah, quiet time.
You get really frustrated, don't you? Anyway, wrap us up, Jules. We've been talking a long time.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed our specific look into lacrosse and ultimate frisbee. If there's another sport that you have seen along the way and you'd like us to have a look at, maybe it's handball, maybe it's skateboarding, maybe it's horse race. No, I don't really want to look at horse racing. I don't really care about horse racing.
Well, it's also not very nice, is it? But yeah.
Nah, it's kind of cruel. Anyway, any other like human-based sport, maybe, shout out, let us know, and we'll have a look at it.
I just thought of that.
What are you going to say?
Not a human one, but like the dog obstacles. Let's see if we got a content creator with the dog, the courses they run, a bit of dog parkour, if you will.
Parkour, you mean?
Parkour. I'm gonna make a mix. Can I make a mixtape of that? You're happy with yourself? Oh, all right.
That's two good jokes.
You've had enough.
That's two good jokes.
You've had enough good puns.
Do you remember that show? Robot Wars,
I remember. I don't think I watched
where
it.
like people used to build robots to
Yeah.
like just fight each other. That's
You
where
wouldn't
my
look
brain
into
went.
that.
But anyway,
But no, you're right. If there's
as
any,
always,
no, shut up. If there's any listeners, just tell us. Just tell us some sport.
if
Because
there's any listeners,
if there's any listeners that want to recommend a sport, is what I was agreeing with you. Anyway, this is going rogue.
yeah, shout out. But one more thing. Before. We've ticked over.
We're just gonna keep adding
shut
things.
up, mate.
We're
Or
just
if
gonna
you
keep.
don't-
Oh,
if
one
you
more
just
thing.
Shut up and let me finish. I want to thank everyone. We've just ticked over 1,500 listens on this show. So thank you everyone for taking the time to listen.
That's really cool.
Seems a lot considering we put out like 7,000 episodes, but we do appreciate you tuning in. And as always, make sure you tag us in the cool content you see. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and you can watch these episodes in full and see all the examples on YouTube, or subscribe via Spotify and Apple. Michael Barker, it's always a pleasure seeing you. It's been a pleasure seeing you 2 days in a row. I only look forward to seeing you again on Monday. Maybe we can kiss.
Oh.
Okay.
Just enter with the ground. Yes, thank
See
you.
you next week.
Goodbye.